computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Liz, you have to need an intro.
I'll do that later, Dad.
You don't do
Okay.
it now.
No.
No.
Just practice one. Hi.
Okay. Hi, we're here with Uncle Bob, and I was just gonna ask Uncle Bob a couple questions, like about his life growing up and just things, highlights of his life. So, tell us what.
Tell us who you are.
Wait. You gotta introduce him first.
This is Uncle Bob.
Hey.
How do you do?
Don't shake the toes. Okay, Liz, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, what? Tell me some stuff
You have-
about
you need specific-
growing up. Your parents, your brothers and sisters. Okay. Tell me about school.
There. I went to school with Red Reynolds.
I went to 3 different schools. I went to Hosmer Elementary when I was up to the 4th grade. Then I went to St. Philip's. And that was a turning point of my life.
Why?
Because it just was. It's different schooling, you know. You never gone to a Catholic school, have you?
No. I went
Well,
to
then that's
private
why. And it's just seemed so much different. And I quit St. Philip in the 11th grade, went to Southeastern, and I couldn't take it because everything was wild. At St. Philip's, when your class was over, you marched down the hall in lines, with no talking. And at Southeastern, it was just like the market letting out us.
Different atmosphere, different kids.
What, different kids I knew in school?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew a lot of crazy kids. Jimmy Riley. We used to have a lot of fun in school. He had some matches one day. And sister found him with the matches, and she took them and she put them in her purse. And when she snapped the purse shut, she lit one of the matches. And she put it down in her habit. And she was standing up there, and everybody was snickering. Here was smoke coming up from her side. And then another time, she was reading Macbeth, and she was really into it. Had all the lights turned out in the classroom. So I stuck out the door. It was in a basement classroom. So I snuck out the door and went around outside and turned my eyelashes inside out. And I went to the window and went, "Ah!" She like to die. Oh, that was funny. She was something else. She hollered at me for a month after that.
So, did you have any favorite cars or anything growing up?
Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, my first one. It was a 39 Plymouth. And I liked it real well. And one night, the whole front grille was smashed in. And I couldn't figure out why. And here she was driving it.
And Red was driving it.
Why, an Irishman?
So if I come to find out, she was pushing her uncle's car to get it started. And went over the went under the bumper. But
Oh,
see, they
no.
didn't tell me because they had to pay for it. So Bob had to pay for
What color was it?
black.
Oh, shiny?
Oh, no, it wasn't
Have a-
shiny. It was nice.
Did it have a radio?
Well,
Had a
why?
radio, had a Motorola, had a little fan on the dashboard for defroster.
And dice hanging from the rearview mirror?
No, that's a...
No, I didn't have anything in.
How about jobs? What
Jobs?
was your favorite job? Yeah.
Driving a beer truck.
All right.
How long did you do that for?
27 years.
Ooh.
Yep.
Just running
Getting
the
drunk on a
family.
job?
No, you don't drink in the job.
No.
You never took any?
Well, of course we drank at a job. We had to. Put up with them people, my God. I used to work with my father, and we used to ride back and forth to work. I lived with him for a while. Well, until I was 18 years old, got married. But we used to always play tricks out here. So one time he had his car smashed up, and the day he got it back, we went to work, and I was going to do him a favor in the garage. I backed his car up so he wouldn't have to go get it. And when I did, there was some negative with some guy there with a beer truck. He had just gassed it and he backed up right into my father's car.
Ooh.
So I just stood there and boy.
Who is Squeak?
So his kids couldn't
Uncle
get
Who's
out.
Squeak?
My brother,
Oh, okay.
Jack.
Oh.
So he put a gate on the fence so the kids couldn't get out of the yard. But he put that much wood down there to hold the gate and all you didn't know it was on there. And he come home and drove right through and scraped the whole thing of the car. Oh, that was funny. But he loved that car so much. And one day Jay come over from the army and he wanted to borrow the car. So my dad had it all cleaned and gassed up and put it in the driveway. And Jay went out to get it and he said, "Where's the car, Dad?" And if someone stole the car.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding. Did you recover it?
No,
Did you get it back?
no. They found the license plate.
Oh,
But they
wow.
never
In
got
the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go everywhere. We used to go on dates and we'd take the cab. And all you had to do was get a receipt for it and then his insurance company paid for it. So we went everywhere by cab. We'd go to the store and take the cab.
Oh no. What is that?
It's 10 o'clock.
Do it
That's
again.
your Japanese.
Show me your watch.
That's my Japanese watch. When you set the alarm on it,
Liz.
when the alarm goes off, it says, "Wake up! Wake up!
Are
Wake
you
up!" Yeah, she screams it. And you wake up too, by God.
How about hunting? Do you have any funny stories
Yeah,
about
we used to go hunting every year, 2-3 times a year. Used to have some good times too. I shot my first deer when I was, how old? 18. 18 years old.
Did you eat it?
I don't eat deer to this day. No, I don't eat fish
So
either, but I go fishing.
You just like to kill then, right?
I like them. Sure.
What question did you have on that hunting?
I don't know.
Didn't you research this?
Tell us a funny
Yeah.
hunting story.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to think of it.
What was the greatest trophy you had?
It was a 10-point buck. Got him went hunting in Wyoming
Wyoming.
and came back and they had the season opened up that day here. And I took a kid up north hunting because I had promised him I'd take him hunting. So I took him up north here after coming back from Wyoming. And took him out and I was sitting there waiting for him and the big 10-point buck walked up to me. So I had to
Beginner's
shoot him.
luck, yeah.
I had to shoot him, so I did. And there was a guy, well, I had the deer, I walked over to the deer laying there, and this guy came running up, 2 guys come up, running up. And he says, "You shot my deer." And I said, "I didn't shoot your deer." I said, "I don't see your name on it." So he started raising hell about it, and we got in an argument about it. And I said, "Well, as long as I got this gun, it's my deer." So he was a preacher from Michigan. And he ended up gutting the deer for me. Because I didn't know how to do it. I've never gutted a deer.
Oh no.
So I got him to do it for me. And he was still mad.
He was a preacher from
Fish from England.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Well, tell me. I want to know. What was Jim Kaiser like? What did you think of him when you first met him?
Who, Jimmy?
Yeah.
The
My
father?
grandfather.
Your grandfather?
Yes.
Oh, he was, I guess I know him since he was
Remember, you're on video.
17, 18 years old. And I remember his wedding. It was in our backyard. And we had Earl Heiselman. He used to be our neighbor on Canfield. And he came over and early in the morning, just stood at their bar all day long, drinking. And we had a good time. We had lanterns hanging in the backyard. And Jim had a Dodge. And he used to drive, Dodge Coupe he used to drive. And he worked at a candy company. So we liked him in our family. He was my favorite uncle, or brother-in-law. Yeah. We used to get all our candy from him.
Tell me some stories about all the boys.
All the boys, I didn't know David too well. I didn't know Gregory too well. I guess, well, I knew him, but we never hung around, you know. The boys used to come out here. Jim did. I shot with Jim. We used to go shooting. He could shoot pretty good, too.
Jim Kaiser?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Jim could shoot.
Yeah, he could shoot.
I
a little
didn't
bit.
either. It was shot. What about, didn't they come here and you made pancakes for them and you come in?
Oh, very good.
What's the story on that?
Oh, I don't remember that, but we made pancakes and scrambled eggs. We forgot which was which. Yeah.
All my life I tried to get my children to eat eggs. They wouldn't eat eggs for me. So I went to work and I come home one night and here's Kathleen and Karen, Mommy, Daddy made us eggs, and they were I said, what do you mean you haven't eaten eggs all your life? They would eat the white around the egg and we would give Daddy the egg yolks. So here I went to work and Bob made them scrambled eggs. And they ate the whole eggs. They've been eating the whole egg ever since.
Yeah, you didn't know how to make them, that's why.
You talk about a stupid wife. That had to be it.
Well, didn't they come over here one time and you were making them pancakes and you'd come out and you couldn't get over how much they ate?
Yeah, they kept eating them. I never could.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last the question.
So tell me
yes.
about how when my dad and Uncle David were younger and you took them over to the rifle range.
Yeah. We were coming home and we decided we were going to get some roasted chicken. So I kept telling David he was going in the store. So I says, I want two whole chickens and a side of fried. So he says, okay, 2 whole chickens and a side of fried. So he went in the place, 2 whole chicken and a side of fried. And they had a great big ugly building on the way out there. It's a golf course, it's still there. But it looked so ominous. And we couldn't figure out what it was, and David said, that looks like Booger Town. So Fort Booger, so we called it Fort Booger ever since. Well, every time we go by, it's there's old Fort Booger. Hills.
Go ahead, Liz.
So tell us about the old western town you took them to.
Yeah, we had, was out in Irish Hills. And I forget who went, Paul, David, and I think Jimmy went. But they had saddle workers there and gunfights, about as phony as a $3 bill. And stagecoach rides, you go on a stagecoach and they'd hold the stagecoach up way around. And it was just a nice place to go. And the kids enjoyed it.
Remember that slide?
Can I ask a question?
The TV's
I
on.
want to know about the time that he took you to the Boy Scout thing or something, and you went in and you told all the kids that the candy was something
Oh,
about the
free.
candy. The candy
Oh,
was free.
You told Uncle David and Dad
Oh,
that
it was free, yeah.
that all the candy was free in there, and then they went out and told
all their friends.
Yeah, they told all their friends. And here I was buying candy for every kid there.
Oh, Bob. Brody.
Next year it was called, they said, when are we going to have the Brody picnic? Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember the bill on all that? How much it
Well, I wish you would tell that story how you remember it. That was so
she's
good.
in
I went
charge.
rabbit hunting with Michael one time. So I had snowshoes on. And I said, Mike, now you guys stay close to me because you ain't got snowshoes. So, okay, Uncle Bob. So I'm standing there and watching, looking. So I went to turn around. Here Michael was standing on the back of my snowshoes. And I fell head first into the snow. And it was too deep. I couldn't touch the ground. I had to swim over to a tree. I could have killed that kid.
He wasn't gonna sink knee deep when you're standing on
No.
top of it, stupid. Get
I
it,
went, I went to turn around here and my
Excuse
thing
me.
just slipped off of me.
Do you have any jokes to tell?
No.
We're good here. Look at your list, Liz. Look at your list.
There's no more.
Okay, go ahead, Liz. Ask the question. Liz?
So, do you have any advice for living a happy life?
Well, just don't take anything serious. Just if you want to do
Say
something,
what
go
you
ahead and do it. You know.
And
Well, hell, we went to church one Sunday and I had $10 bill. So we was coming home from church and said, let's go for a ride. So we went over to Canada. We ended up in Niagara Falls and didn't have a dime.
And
now,
$10.
the way I heard that was, you were on your way to church, and
Yeah.
you said, you know, if we kept
Yeah.
going, we'd be in Niagara Falls. And Red
Yeah.
said, well, let's go. You did it.
So we went, you know, it was a holiday over there. We couldn't cash a check. We didn't have any money in the bank anyway. So finally we found a bank that was open and they cashed a check for us. We went back and we got a suite at the hotel. We had a 6th floor overlooking the falls.
Oh my
So
goodness.
you want to live like a king, just stick with me. And the 2 kids had a ball. We
Wow.
took pictures out the window.
I'm gonna-
You're failing the class, Liz.
Can you remember any time you almost got killed?
Oh, a lot of times.
No more.
We were
no
driving
more.
up,
I'm gonna go.
up north one time and
That red is feeling pretty good, kids.
drove through a
So am I.
barricade and into
I
a,
can't hold the camera straight.
when they were building the
Wait.
expressway. They were building the expressway. And we were going along about 60, 80 miles an hour and all of a sudden we ran out of road. And we ended up skidding around a few times right next to a big earth mover. Oh boy. Another time I went to somebody's wedding. And I was coming home and I got lost. So I was driving and it was on Russell Avenue and there was a embankment where they had these guardrails and it was all snow up against them. So I was going down there and I went up this snow and I went 140 feet through the air and landed down the railroad tracks. And it knocked me out, you know. I still got the scar across here. You know, I was all by myself, so I couldn't get my car out. So finally these guys come along, the railroad police. They wanted to know how my car got there. And I said, I was coming in here to turn around. And he says, it looks like you were coming the other way. And I said, yeah, but I flew in. Yeah, and he said, well, I told him, I said, I'd come off of that viaduct. He said, you couldn't have. And I said, why not? And he said, hell, that's over 100 feet away. And I said, well, I was going fast. I said, you know, this is half airplane. This car's half airplane. So they couldn't help me out. We couldn't get the car out. So I called some friends of mine. And we found where they had some road horses on the road blocking it off. So we took them one down and we built platforms along all the rails and we drove the car
It
out.
helped you out.
Yeah, we drove the car out. And the next day the police were at Jack's house. I want to know what happened at the railroad. He thought it was him. They never did get a hold of me. So I said, well, let Jack.
What was Betty like having Betty as a sister?
Well, she would do anything for you. She was a lot of fun. And she likes jokes. We always had a real good time together. She'd do anything for you.
Did she ever have to defend you as a big sister
No.
against the neighborhood bullies? And all that?
No, I never had any bullies in my neighborhood.
You were the bully, right?
Yeah, we were the bullies. Yeah.
What else do you have?
How about Uncle Jack?
Uncle Jack, he was different. He was kind of odd. He didn't hang with us, really. He did for a while there, about 2 or 3 years before he went into service.
Who's us?
Our gangs.
Oh.
And he had his own bunch he went with, and we had our own bunch.
Who's the gang?
It was just a group of people he hung with. And we used to go in the bar.
Names.
Name some people. in Gangs.
Well, we had Dick McKenna and Harry Griffith, and we all got drunk one night. And we borrowed this police lieutenant's car. And we were at the foot of Alder Road, and we took this guy and we were going to beat him up for stealing our car. So he took that car and he took off and he went over the bridge and lost control because the bridge was so steep. And he went out in the field, so we went down and got him and brought him back. We beat the hell out of him, threw him in the river. It was in January, so we made him ride on the running board all the way home. And he wouldn't go to the police. I forget, I don't know how the hell we found out about it. But in the paper the next day it says, juveniles go from clank to clink. Was that Clink Island? They used to go from clank to clink. So everybody had to join the army. So that's how the guys got in the army.
That's how you got in the army?
I didn't go in the army.
If you were there, you would have gone in the army.
How come you
I
didn't
was
go in the
there.
army?
If they'd have caught
Because I
you.
was too young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. Aren't you the baby
Yeah, I was
brother?
the baby.
You're baby Bob.
Just a
That's
baby.
right. I
Bob
know the
doll.
baby. Yeah.
Bob Dow?
Yeah.
Bobalo?
Bob
No,
Lee.
Bob Lowe was my cousin.
Now, how did you meet Aunt Red?
In a bar? No, we were
That's not true.
we were in the 5th grade at school.
There you go. Fourth. Wasn't it fourth
Fourth?
grade?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade.
Oh
In a
yeah.
bar. Deck him one. And then what? So, I mean, you went together from fourth grade on, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
No, we didn't.
Well, not for a couple of years there we didn't. But yeah, we were about 16.
From the 8th grade through to the 11th, we did not go together. I went with George Jack.
Well, I wish you'd have made it for the 8th grade.
I ran around with your brother Jack.
Yeah.
You did?
And finally,
Really?
you caught up to us.
Does Aunt Phyllis know about that?
She was
Well,
there.
you were the neighbor upstairs or something from Aunt Phyllis, weren't you?
No, Aunt Phyllis lived upstairs from me.
Yeah. And so she introduce you all, or what?
No, Uncle Jack went with my friend at school. And then my friend at school, one night George Jacks came along, and I went with George, and she went with Jack for a while. And then Nikki and Jack had a fight, and Jack asked me if I'd go out with him, and I said sure. So I went out with Jack one night.
I didn't know that. I'd never married you.
Really? You didn't know about Uncle Jack?
No, I
Is that
didn't
better,
know
Paul?
So Jack asked me if I would fix him up with Phyllis, the girl upstairs from me. And I said, sure, Jack. And I said, if you'll fix me up with Jerry Shaver. And he said, fine. I said, one hand washes the other, you know. So he fixed me up with his buddy, and I fixed him up with Aunt Phyllis. So my friend Jerry went in the Navy, and while Jerry was in the Navy, this guy came along again.
And I became a monk. I had no friends.
I was crazy about
Well, they were
it.
all in the military, right?
Really?
All went in the military, and the women were all running with Jack.
Wait, your friends all went in the military because of police trouble, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had to. Had a choice.
Oh my.
Jim Weston. He was a big hillbilly.
So now you're celebrating your 50th wedding anniversary with this wonderful woman.
No, I'm married to
This
her.
this year
This year?
in June.
June.
June what?
16.
June 16th.
You remember?
You remember?
It's carved in
Wow,
the
you
wall.
remember? It's carved in your hand. And so then you had, 50 years. And what was it like when you had these two beautiful daughters that you had?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah?
But I couldn't get any boys.
Have all the kids on the street.
Should have tried it.
I got all the kids, my little rascals. No, Kathy told a nun one day in school why we didn't have any more children. She said my father found out what was causing them. She told it to the nun.
Oh my.
So we didn't have any more. We had a lot of fun though.
Tell me about your little rascals. Some stories about this.
All they were from around the neighborhood. They'll come and see me. And I get to play with them every day.
You were playing ball with them.
Yeah, we saw one
Yeah,
today.
tonight. They're a wild bunch. The one got me. I got the two of them going. One had a motorcycle last week, and he come down to see me. He's 5 years old. He's riding his road bike. So he come down and show me his road bike, and he'd turn around and go back down. So I told the other kid. The other kid come down. He was gawking at him. I says, "Hey, Chaz, you see what RJ's got?" And he says, "Where'd he get that?" I said, "He's got one. His sister Amber's got one too." I said, he says, "Well, I'm too young to get one." I said, hell, he's younger than you are. So then RJ and his family went out, and Chaz and his buddy went out and kicked all their basement windows out. And showed him, boy. I asked her about that today. I said, why'd you kick them windows out? He said, well, we only kicked one out. And Eric says, well, they're not home. Let's kick them all out. So he said, then whenever we got the blame for it, he said, I got a beating. And Eric said, he didn't do nothing. Chad broke them off. So Eric didn't get nothing out of it. So now we get them two fighting.
So in other words, you're starting gangs in this area like you had when you were younger, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Next they'll all be in the military, right?
Yeah, they'll all be going to the army.
Going what?
I'll be going to the army.
You'll be all alone again.
A woman across the street's got a little baby, and she called over the other day. She said, well, pretty soon she'll be one of your rascals.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Well, tell me about, I had a great question. Let me think for a second. Don't focus
We gotta
on me,
conclude
'cause
this,
I
huh?
know, well, no we don't. Just one more. Tell us about Rosemary. What you remember about her.
Oh, her and Jack were good friends.
Really?
Yeah. He used to call her Everlast. Because he'd beaten on her all the time.
You're kidding. No, okay, so she was the baby, but you were the baby
Yeah, she
brother.
was the
When
baby,
Jack
all
was
right.
Jack was older than you? Like
Yeah.
he was the next one up from you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Rosemary was the baby.
Did your dad ever take you anywhere by yourself, on your
Oh,
own?
yeah.
I mean, just.
He
Yeah,
took me to
that's
work
what-
every day.
Oh, okay.
What,
It
tell
must
us
have been
about your
exciting
parents.
growing up with him.
Oh, we used to have a ball. Yeah, we used to have a ball. My dad would sit in the bed in the morning. And he'd moan. And all night long he'd say, well, I gotta take 10 cases of beer in here. And
You mean when he was sleeping?
yeah, he
you're
was
talking
peddling
about?
beer in his sleep.
Oh my
My
God.
mother told us he'd stay out that damn truck all night. She wouldn't be so tired in the morning. But he'd sit there and say, shoes, get on me.
Did you ever?
I was afraid to bring somebody home. Red stayed at our house a couple of times. And I told my mother, I said, now keep him kind of quiet, eh? And he couldn't do it though. He was the noisiest man. We had a
Screamed and
pinochle.
yelled, I like to die.
We had a pinochle
I said I
contest.
had drank, but he was quiet, you know. And he screamed and
Yeah, 'cause
yelled
he
one
was
night,
always
my
passed
God,
out
I
before he
like
was
to
quiet.
die. And Bessie come running in the room, she said, now that's just Alan, he's listening to those old time preachers and he's just a bit excited, you know. And oh my God, I was frightened to
Was he
death.
religious?
No, they were so funny.
Oh, okay.
He was frightened, those old Negro
Oh.
evangelists, you know.
Holy
And
rollers.
I was so frightened, my God, he just screamed at
Wow.
me. I wasn't used to it.
How about your mother?
Yeah,
She
tell us
was-
about Beth.
She would back
Didn't
you
you
up no
call her
matter
Mean
what.
Bessie or something?
Evil Mary.
Evil Mary.
Yeah. Evil Mary. She used to back us up all the time. She'd get us out of jail, get us out of fights,
Out of the
She was a
military?
tough old.
out of the military.
Yeah.
Out of the military, there you go.
I heard she was very generous how she helped out the neighbors and different things.
Oh yeah, yeah. She used to take food over to some of them.
Well, that was a rough time back then.
They were very rough times. Yeah, but she was a worker.
Wow. I remember the Christmases at Springle, you know.
Yeah, we never went without anything. If there was something we wanted, she said that we got it.
Oh, I guess that's.
Wait, what about Uncle Jay?
How about Uncle Jay? Were you close with him?
Yeah, I was close with Uncle Jay. When he was in the Army, his wife Frances used to go out with us all the time. Betty and Frances and Red and I, we used to go New Year's Eve, we'd go to the, what was it, the Elks?
Where'd you go out to dance on at the Elks?
On New Year's Eve, remember that?
The Eagles.
Eagles, yeah, the Eagles. We used to go out there dancing.
Growing up, what kind of music did you like? Did you ever dance or anything?
Glenn Miller music.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Glenn Miller.
I still got it.
Artie Shaw.
Artie Shaw, Spike Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mitch Miller?
Used to go to Mitch Miller.
I don't know. That's what my dad listened to.
Augie always said, when you get old, it's wine, women, and song. He says, all I ever get is a 6-pack of beer and Mitch Miller and the old lady.
Oh, no.
What about the Masonic Temple, Robert? What did you like there?
Masonic Temple.
Yep.
I don't remember.
You don't remember going down to see Jessica Dragonette and all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, Reze Stevens.
Yes, Reze Stevens.
Yeah. God, we were in the 10th, 11th, no, 8th or 9th grade of school. And she's still singing today.
Really?
Is it?
Reze Stevens. Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of her. That's terrible.
Masonic
She
Temple.
probably never heard of the monkey. He get a cut.
Where'd you get it cut at?
Right here and back here.
No.
Hey, Liz.
Where did you go?
To the hub.
The hub?
Yeah, it's barber shop.
The hubba hubba?
Hubba. Just got back.
Quite honestly.
What do you have, Liz? We got 2 more questions, right?
Do you have any proudest family moments?
Uh-oh.
Proud of the things I did?
Yeah.
Just being here.
That's all it takes.
That's good enough.
Yeah, and I'm out of turn too.
I don't know what?
Out of turn.
What's that mean?
Well, you're supposed to go one at a time.
Huh? What? What? I missed that. Out of turn.
Well, then so is Betty.
What?
Think about it.
Turn.
Supposed to
Why don't
be
you
one of-
explain, Jane?
Yeah, Betty's out of turn, so is Jake.
Yeah.
What's the last question?
Rosemary was way out of turn.
Yeah, but she
Out of turn.
Rosemary ugly herself to death. She sit around.
What are you laughing at? David? Liz, what do you have?
How about your best long-term friend? Your longest friend you've ever had?
Oh, right now, Bill Mirage.
Tell us about him.
Oh, we used to be partners in the beer distributorship. We used to hunt together. He still comes out about once every 2 months. We go out and have breakfast.
Oh, where's he live?
And he was born one day after me.
Wow.
So every Labor Day, we used to get an extra day off for work. So we used to take that long weekend, and his family and we'd go up north. And we'd coming home one time, and I thought Kathy was with them, and they thought Kathy was with us. And we got down all the way down to Pontiac. Where's Kathy? And she went through, no. Holy Christ, we left her in the gas station. We had to go back and get her.
How
Her wife,
far?
she mad.
How old was she?
I don't know, how old was she, right?
About 12.
Oh my.
She was mad.
Why?
Well, if you're gonna be mad, go ride that other car, but I want to see you get in.
She was in the restroom when we left.
Yeah.
How long did it?
I thought she was with Bill and Gertie, and Bill and Gertie thought she was with us. And we left the 2 of them, Karen and Kathleen. They were both in the John together. But they had been riding with another couple. So we went up and we passed them, and Gertie said, "My God, aren't those kids with you?" I said, "Well, they're with you." She said, "No, they're not with me."
Oh my.
So we had to turn around and go back and get the kids.
And it talked me into going back.
How long did it take?
What did they talk
Quite a while.
It was quite a while.
Quite a
Bob
while.
was up Bill.
Oh
It was about a
my.
half hour.
Oh, that's not so bad. I thought you meant a couple of hours.
You see-
Oh, it was a good
I mean,
hour.
half an hour, so it was, yeah, good hour.
You say you still get together every month or so? What do you guys talk about?
Old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worked together at E&B, and we worked together at in the distributorship, and then we worked at 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 Drury's. We used to have, when I went to Ham's, we used to have a guy working in the warehouse. So I'd give him $5 and there's 7 cases on each layer on a flat of beer. So I give him $5 and he put 7 extra cases on top.
Oh my goodness.
And he'd load them in the truck. So then we used to have contests for beer. So I said, first one to sell 100 cases gets a $100 bill. So I had a salesman riding with me. So I sold 100 cases the first day. And boy, he made a big fuss over it, boy, that's good. So then he said, second one gets $200. Sells 200 cases. So I sold 200 the next day. And he got the 300, and after that he said, no more, no more. He said, I don't know what you're doing with that beer. I said, but I'm not paying for it now with the lousy 300. So then they had contest jewelry. So we all got, if we hit a certain quota, we'd get like a ring one time and cufflinks and all just different jewelry. So well, the ring was the last thing. So there was 3 guys who weren't getting rings. So I took stuff off and sales to mine and put them on theirs, and they all got rings. So they call them the Brody rings.
I know what I want you to talk about. Talk about the benevolence fund you started.
Oh, it's at the Rednecks.
Is that okay to talk about?
Well, sure,
That's a
why
good
not?
thing.
Yeah, it's in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't tell the IRS.
Rednecks.
Yeah, we're not going to tell
We
you.
won't tell the IRS.
I got together with a friend of mine, and he was saying, boy, wouldn't it be nice to, if we had some kind of other insurance besides what we get? So I said, well, let me work. So I had it all figured out. You pay $5 a month, and if you get sick, you get $50 a week while you're off sick. And if you die, you get, it was $200.
A week?
No. No, God, no. Yeah, just write checks out, put them in the grave. So that went quite well, boy, and everybody in the whole plant was in on that. They even come down to the office, want to know if they could join the benevolent fund. I said, sure, anybody could join it. And everybody in the whole plant was in the benevolent. So I went and got a tax license, so I wouldn't have to pay any sales tax. And run beautiful. Run beautiful.
Oh, everybody was happy then, huh?
Oh yeah, but they had to come and prove they were sick, you know. They had to prove they were died.
They did?
Yes, they take that 50 a week for, take 6 weeks off and have
Oh,
$50
yeah.
a week. It burned my tail so bad I
Oh
could
no,
have
they
died.
were sick. I made sure they were sick.
Yeah, they were sick already.
Would you make them in a doctor's?
Yeah, I got a whole drawer full of them downstairs. A doctor's certificate,
Why
yeah.
are you hanging on to them?
In case something
It
ever
was
comes
really
of it.
beautiful. If your parent died, you could take a train fare or plane fare back home.
Wow.
And there were
that's a
beautiful
great
flowers
thing.
sent from the benevolent, from the men at work. And it was truly, if you were off ill, 50 a week for 6 weeks. 50 a week will buy your food,
See, this
Oh,
was
back
a
then,
noble
yeah.
thing
Oh,
you did.
certainly.
Certainly.
Well, but
So-
you were like making a joke about it, but this
Well-
was a really great thing you did.
Oh, you can go on if you want.
Well, I don't know of anything else to talk about.
Like what?
No, in conclusion,
Uh,
Liz, ask your question.
Do you have anything you'd
No.
like to say?
I know. This is-
Boy, you caught me off guard.
I know.
Okay, I
I
got one.
have something to say.
David has something.
Dave's
Hang on.
got some.
Hang
What's
on.
the
Dave.
best fight you've ever gotten in?
Best fight?
You scrapper, you.
With my mother. No, I mean, she was on my side. Don't get me wrong.
Night Aunt Red hit me in the back of the head with a plate of food.
Oh, that was going to work.
No, it wasn't going to work.
She fixed
did
the
that
whole.
too, huh?
I did too. I was going out the back door.
I fixed him a whole steak dinner, mashed potatoes, lima beans, everything. And he told me he wanted it. And I got it all prepared, and he came out in the kitchen, he looked at that, he said,
No, it's going out the back door.
no,
I'm
you
going
didn't
to
go
work.
down the basement.
Going down the basement.
And he said, I don't want that. I said, what do you mean you don't want that? You told me to cook it. He said, I don't want that. Look at it. And it was just beautiful.
I know, because you're a wonderful cook, I heard.
So by God, he went down the basement steps, so I took the whole plate of food and hit him in the back of the head with it.
Bravo!
I hit him right smack in the back of the head with it. So he came
I
up
told her, I
those
said, I
stairs.
don't want any pie either.
Uncle Bob, with all the honey you did you,
I
did you
came
ever?
up those stairs and those lima
sorry.
beans are laying out. You know, you just have to pick it all up. And he came up those stairs and those lima beans were staying there and he stepped on each one of them and twisted them.
Never threw another plate of food at me.
He
Without-
just stood there and twisted each one of them.
Jeez. I can see you're still upset about it too.
Then you just have to clean it all up. So you grow up in the end. You don't bother about it. Just sit down and eat the plate of food yourself.
There you go, like
Yeah.
I did last week in Estes Park.
Right. That's just what you do. You sit down and eat the plate of food yourself. You
Oh, we
say
were up in the
goodbye.
mountain. Huh?
Up
I'm in the
there.
mountains, and I made a beautiful dinner.
With all the honey you did you ever almost get shot at all or get wounded?
No.
Very safe, huh?
Yeah.
But you know,
What-
the funny thing is,
We always went where there was no
we
other
went out
honey.
Grand River
Ah.
State. We were driving down there, and here we
Except in
saw the
Michigan.
sergeant
Oh,
driving
Michigan's
a car
wild.
next
Boy,
to us.
wall-to-wall hunters.
And
We had
I
a guy
looked
with
at
a
him and I saw it was the
walkie-talkie
sergeant
one
there,
time.
and he drove past us.
So we
and
put
really
him-
had
we
two
dropped him
Band-Aids
off.
on the back of
This
his
other guy and I went down to the bar.
And
We
Bob
do
looked at
walkie-talkie, he's sitting at the bar, we're talking to him. And he said,
He had one.
did you guys see that deer run
I
across
looked
there?
at
And I
him
said,
and
no,
he
we didn't
laughed.
see
He
it.
said, "That
He said,
son
I
of a
just
bitch
kicked
got
one out.
white."
And I said, oh my God, there he goes, I do see it. And here we're sitting in the bar.
That was the
He's up on the
funniest.
wall, right?
I said, and I've never forgotten.
No, he
because
saw
of that
deer.
man.
We should have
But no,
told
you
him.
saw one on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Paul, there's an addendum to this lima
Oh.
bean steak story.
I'm sorry.
Tell it, Fred. Tell it
We were driving out Grand River the next day.
after
and
the
this,
steak.
After that, I hit him in the back of the head with this steak dinner and the lima beans and everything. We're driving out Grand River the next day, and here this army sergeant. I kept feeling kind of funny, you know. And I turned around, and I looked at him, and I said, "Oh boy, you're a sergeant, you know." And so he kept right on going, and my God, he got in front of us, Paul, and here he's got two Band-Aids in the back of his head.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Bob said, "Oh, look at that son of a bitch. He got hit in the back of the head with a
Oh no. Did you ever make it in the military or were you too young?
I was too young, then I hurt my arm.
What was it like being home and everybody's over there?
That was
And,
the best.
Oh, it was fun.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
you
was
got
fun.
a
Yeah, it was fun. That's when I started working on the beer truck, in fact.
Oh, okay. It was easy to get a job back then, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's
But
overseas.
you couldn't work in the beer truck unless, you could only work 6 days. And they couldn't hire you because of the war effort. They had to get a job in the war effort. So I went down to Putmobile. And they want to give me a job sweeping. I said, well, I'm not going to sweep the floors. I'll do something for the military. So I went back to work in the beer truck. They called me in again.
That's helping the military, right?
Yeah. I told them, I said, I'm not going to go sweep floors. They said, I can work in here and make some money. So they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. So they called me in again. I went down. And they said, well, if they hire you, it's going to cost them $10,000 a day while you work. So I said, they're not going to hire you anymore. So I said, oh, okay. So I went out to another unemployment office in Lincoln Park. And went in and I got a permit to work at Continental Motors. They said I couldn't go
His
to...
dad worked
Yeah,
there.
I know it. I did too. They said I couldn't go there because I had to go to Hupmobile where they told me I had to go. And I said, I'm going to Continental. I can get a job there with my family. And I could only, I can walk to
Did
work.
Jim work there the same time you
Yeah,
did? Oh.
yeah, Jim and Francis, we all worked.
Oh.
So I got this permit from Lincoln Park and I took it back and I walked up and I said, look, you asshole. I said, I got what I wanted. Where'd you get that? I said, you'll never know. So I went out and I went to work at Continental. And then as soon as it quieted down, I went back to the beer.
How old were you then?
18.
You were feisty.
Mm.
Man.
That's the way you had to be with those. We're just like all Secretary of State's offices. They all treat you mean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I got my job. And I got
So,
back to the beer.
what are you going to do for your 50th wedding anniversary?
I'm doing it right now.
What?
What can I do at my age?
Well, I don't mean that.
Oh,
Aren't we
oh,
going to
oh.
have a big party?
What's the date again?
No.
What's the date? again?
July 6th or June
June
16th.
16th.
16. Okay. We'll come in for that.
We have to have a party.
Any more
Oh,
questions,
I can't
Dave?
have a party.
No.
Huh?
Kathy and Karen going to be here tomorrow?
I could
Right?
have my, yes, I could have that basement redone and we could have a party in the basement, sweetheart.
Come
We'll,
on.
it will come. We'll fly in for it.
We will
Now,
fly
don't you
in.
start inviting people. I will invite
Yeah.
I will invite.
You know, when we first moved in here, the first week, I said, well, let's have a New Year's. We moved here, 22nd of
No, honey,
February,
about the 16th of December.
December. I said, well, let's have a New Year's Eve party. We had no carpeting yet or nothing.
Hardwood.
So I told everybody, I said, well, if you got any friends, bring them too. And Christ, we had wall-to-wall people in here. They were putting cigarettes out on the floor.
No way.
And I held the last
Serious?
bottle of whiskey up downstairs and somebody bumped my shoulder. And I dropped that on the floor. And I shot up 45 automatic up out of the basement. And I shot the guy's aerial off next door. I said, boy, what a welcome to this neighborhood.
You like that, huh, Dave?
So he come over one time later on, he said, Mr. Brody, were you shooting your gun last night? And I said, no, why? He says, there's some mark on my head, looks like bullet holes. No, I said, that looks more like bird shit to me. So he went and got a ladder, and him and his wife were out, and he went up the ladder and looked, he says, you were right, it's bird dirt. I said, yeah, I told you that. I said, birds, they fly, they zoom by here.
Oh,
He thought I
my
shot his house. I know it. But I shot his aerial off and hung down for years. Might still be, I don't know.
I can't hold the cameras, Dave.
Well, let's wind it up.
Okay. In conclusion,
paused? Are you paused?
no.
Oh,
Well, I can edit all this.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's about all. Well, thank you, Uncle Bob.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry it was all screwed up. If you'd have let me know, I could have took notes or something.
You could have written a book.
Yeah, I could have written a book.
Could have turned into a
Like-
mini-series.
Like Johnson Alder's book, Heads Across America.
Okay, then.
Goodbye. Tell him.
Okay, let's
say
take us to a
goodbye.
commercial break, Liz.
Say goodbye to Aunt Red.
I will be back after this.
Good night, Aunt Red.
Good night, Paul.
Thank you for having
Come
us.
back to see us in the spring.
Hey,
Sorry
can I
to
tell
put a
dirty
camera in your
joke?
face all night.
Jane, can I tell a dirty joke?
Go.
What do you do with an elephant with 3 balls?
Oh.
You walk him and pitch to the rhino.
Walking. What?
There.
It's a baseball thing.
You walk him and pitch to the rhino. Boy, you sharp. You are.
Cheese on the floor.
The only one who got it was Brent Shields.
How do you make 3 ladies say S-H-I-T?
Paul, get it on her.
Say it again.
How do you make 3 ladies say S-H-I-T?
Oh, I don't have a clue.
You have the 4th lady holler, bingo!
That's like the.
Liz got that one.
You ever thought the guy was gonna hypnotize this whole audience full of Polacks over in air traffic? So he's up there, so he fall asleep, and they're all staring at him. You can't hypnotize all them people. Just what? Fall asleep, fall asleep. And he dropped the metal he was holding, and it took him 3 days to clean the hall out. He said, "Oh shit!" when he dropped it. It took him 3 days to clean the hall out.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, good night.
Is your shoulder killing? Well, I know you're tired. And you're supposed to write your name in this book and tell them that you have a firearm and and food. That's it. And they got up there. They were up there for how many hours?
About 4.
And when they it's not. Don't do that, David. Don't put your name in it.
Our camp was up on the side there where it's light colored, and it's 42 miles around.
Look, 1,700.
I had one picture there of me
And I don't have all
on the
mine.
side of the
whole
mountain with the
bed.
horse.
Betty doesn't have any of his. I guess she's got it was so bad that they said if I didn't
That's
get
where
them
you'd
for
like to
10
go,
years, I'd
David.
have no teeth.
Yeah, really.
So, you know, you get to that.
Put your feet up in the back of the horse and let him go.
Well, my nose is way too broad and my eyes are way too funny.
There.
Well, we went deer
By
hunting
airplane?
and met these guys.
Did you fly out there?
Thank
Oh
you
no, we
so much.
drove. It's too
Let me
much
get this.
work.
Tell
Who is that?
Some guy I saw in Colorado. I don't know who he was.
Mature and nice.
Oh, he must have
I mean,
gone to the
she has a
Copper
real
Canyon
problem.
because they had a whole bunch of
Face.
things.
Yeah. You know, she doesn't handle.
This is Elizabeth Kaiser for Video Memoirs. About to tape James Kaiser. Right now he's sleeping, so I'm waiting for him to wake up. I just wanted to ask you, what year were you born?
1970.
1917. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago. And you're the oldest in your family?
Yeah.
And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
2 brothers and 1 sister.
What was it like growing up with Uncle Larry and Uncle Ralph? Did you boss them around and?
No. I didn't boss them around. We got along pretty good.
That's great. Did you like school? Were you good in school?
No.
No, you didn't like school.
No.
Um,
I wasn't good in school.
in school you sure turned out great. How about your first job?
Shining shoes.
Where?
Shining shoes.
Shining shoes? Where was that at?
In a barber shop.
Wow. And how old were you?
I don't know.
How about, how'd you meet Grandma? How old were you? Do you remember?
I was 16 or 17.
And you were riding a bike, is that what you said?
Yeah.
How'd you,
She was going on a date. She ended up late.
aren't you so glad she ended up with you?
Right.
How about you and your friends? What did you guys do for fun?
Oh. We sat around the corner. Talked about all.
Did you ever have any cars that you'd race around like my dad did?
I had a 1930 32 Ford,
Wow.
and I never raced it around. I had one car that was pretty sharp, 37. Uncle Larry took it to the country and turned it over.
Good grief.
And he scraped his arm all up.
Probably deserved it.
He was on a gravel road. Sure it is.
How about each time you found out Grandma was pregnant, were you surprised about 6th, 7th, or 8th time?
Was I what?
Were you surprised?
No, but I didn't realize.
You got to pick out all the names for each and every one of them.
Oh, I like mine.
She did.
Yeah.
No. And I also, Dad told me some stories about you were a doctor for the war, or somewhere along the lines of that.
No.
No?
Having a doctor?
Well, a medical assistant or something.
No, no. I mean,
What was it like having 7 little boys running
hmm.
around the house?
Wild boy, I'll tell you. It's wild.
And I guess that's all about it. Anything else you'd like to say? No?